Arturo, 2 fucking rounds to win the fight. Why you need that, Arturo? You hand low. What? Arturo, you want to be a champion? You can do that shit. Believe me what I told you. Is that what I said?
Come on, wake up, wake up.
You win 10 rounds from 12. And you want to do that for what? He had to knock you to win the fight. So why you want to stay?
He can't stay with you. What's nice? It's all right?
Yes, it's fine.
Get some more water.
I'm ready.
All right, he's ready now. Give me the mouthpiece. Mouthpiece? Tracy, give me grease.
Second down,
Tracy. Good boy. Just go get him.
Jim, since he has followed his corner's instructions so well, I have to assume that his legs aren't all there, which is why he's standing and trading at this late stage of the fight. Harold, 10 rounds. Larry, 98, 91, 8 rounds to 2, Arturo Gatti. But I want to tell you something, as big as Arturo's beating this guy, if he gets knocked out, he's got to blame it on Hector Roper in that awful corner. Percy Richardson, the cut man, should be in front of him, working on that cut on his left eye, putting pressure on it. Look at Gatti squinting. It's horrible. He doesn't see Tracy's right hand coming.
On the other hand, Al Gavin has done a heck of a job of keeping Tracy Harris Patterson's right eye open. So only the third time that Arturo Gatti has gone as far as 10, second time past the 10th round. Will he have the wisdom to try to limit Patterson's opportunities in these last 2 frames?
You don't allow your corner should never tell you to slow down and win a match because of the points you've already got in the bank. You tell a young fighter to stop fighting, he doesn't know anything else to do. So you got him out there as a sitting duck himself. You tell him you're doing good, champ. Keep your hands up.
So you'd like to see Gatti continue the kind of aggression that he sustained all the way through the fight.
His best defense has been his offense. You got to keep that offense going. Patterson has not been that accurate all night. He's reaching in. Why stop doing what you're doing unless you don't believe in your conditioning?
Punch output dropping for Gatti. Clearly he is tiring. Patterson beginning to come on and find opportunities. Does he have enough left to score the knockout?
You got to understand that Patterson has been hitting the body with some good shots, so he's not going to be as strong as he looks to be.
Two fighters trying to gut it out in a very rough fight. A lot of contact on both sides. And Patterson continues to warm up. Gatti not throwing back now when he gets hit. And when he does, it's only one punch at a time.
I thought he wobbled Gatti with one of those right hands. Let's see if it affects him for the rest of this round. Less than a minute to go.
Gatti's got such good reflexes. Even when he's tired, he's quick.
Right eye closing for Gatti now as well. He'll have to fight the 12th from 2 rapidly closing slits. And there's a hard right hand by Gatti, his best punch of the 11th round. Tracy Harris Patterson. Gatti answers with a left hook of his own. They trade punches at center ring, and Gatti tries to reestablish his jab. It dominated the first 2 rounds of the fight for it. 11th round coming to a close.
Let me tell you something. Okay. Put that in his lap. Got it? Mouthpiece. All right, Tracy, you can knock this guy out. You understand? Yes. You ain't ever got to pull back. He's going to run. He's afraid of you now. His power is gone, okay? Yeah. Sit up. You can breathe. You ain't tired.
Yep. Oh, stop the West. Just run, jump, quick combination only. Quick combination only, and you'll be champion.
Help me on the side, Hector.
Okay?
Only this. Have you got 3 minutes in you? Let me do something. Well, then you give it to me.
Come on, baby.
Give me the whole 3 minutes, sir. Come on. Everything you got, baby. Give me the whole 3 minutes. I don't give a fuck. You're the boss. Yeah.
Come on. Smart. Be smart. Yeah, block everything. Block everything. Block everything.
3 minutes to go, guys. 3 minutes.
Dramatic reversal in round 11. Suddenly it was Gatti whose punch output dropped below 50, only threw 49 punches in the round. Patterson went up to 70. So So Tracy Harris Patterson has the fight going the way he wants it to go. Finally, is it too late? They're going to trade power shots down the stretch, George.
Patterson should have opened up like this 5, 6 rounds earlier. You don't wait until a guy gets tired. You make him tired.
Tremendously entertaining fight with which to welcome you back to Madison Square Garden for big-time boxing after a 2.5-year hiatus. New Paltz, New York. Tracy Harris Patterson trying to pull one out against Arturo Gatti, the transplanted Montrealer now living in Jersey City.
I can tell you Patterson is doing everything he can, but he's up against a young kid with a lot of bounce in his feet. Plus, he's got these instincts to get away from the hard shots. You got to shorten the punches up. Stop trying to throw the power stuff. Just let him go.
Tracy Harris Patterson, so effective with combinations in the 11th round, is now trying to load the right hand and end it with one punch. That gives Gatti a chance to land a combination, but Patterson countered with the right, and Gatti wobbles again. Minute and a half to go. Hard right hand by Patterson. Suspense building as Patterson loads up a left. Gatti unable to defend himself now. Will it be another Chavez-Taylor? Will Tracy Harris Patterson pull out an almost unbelievably improbable victory the way Chavez did against Taylor 5.5 years ago?
Patterson has enough time, but doesn't he have enough energy? It's been too much of a give and take. That Gatti is tough. He's strong. He's young. Looks like he wants to be the world champion to me.
He's also virtually out on his feet at this time, George, from exhaustion, and he can barely see through either eye, but he's hanging in, and he's got 35 seconds to go toward an apparent world title.
Patterson is waiting around for the hard shot when he should have just gone with a combination. Now it's Patterson who initiates the holding.
An exhausted Arturo Gatti getting a much-needed 6 or 7 seconds of rest there. You see the clock winding down. Crowd in the Garden rises to its feet once again.
Time! Good fight. Good fight.
Well, earlier I said, Jim, the crowd has done its job, the building has done its job, the fighters did their job. Harold Letterman, your final card.
Larry, 116, 111, 8 rounds to 4, Arturo Gatti. I just thought he had a tremendous lead with that left jab. He boxed beautifully for the early rounds. When his left eye started to swell and it closed up and it started to bother him, Tracy came across with that right hand and grabbed rounds 10, 11, and 12 with good solid right hands. But early on, it was just too much Gatti. Beautiful boxing. I think the Canadian kid deserves to be the new champion.
I had it 115 to 111, scoring 1 round even.
And we're about to find out how the judges appointed by the New York State Boxing Commission to score the fight. Remember, there was a knockdown in round number 2. Gatti putting Tracy Harris Patterson on the canvas with a right uppercut. If it's a close fight, that may ultimately turn out to be the difference in the scoring. Here are the final punch stat numbers. Tracy Harris Patterson getting them to even up a lot in those last 3 rounds. Late in the fight, there was still a juncture at which Gatti had landed more than twice as many punches as Tracy Harris Patterson. And we'll look at the jabs. You can see that Arturo Gatti threw 542 jabs in the fight, more than 40 per round. He came in his previous bout averaging less than 20 jabs per round. So a dramatic change in style for Gatti. Did it win for him? Let's go up to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, we go to the scorecard. Melvina Lathan scores the bout 115 to 112. Steve Weisfeld scores it 114 to 113. And Leroy Brown scores the bout 116 to 111 for the winner and new junior lightweight champion of the world, Arturo Thunder Gatti.
Mixed response from the crowd. Some of them liked the decision. Some of them didn't. Larry Merchant, what a way to welcome boxing back to the Garden.
A little bit of a controversy because there are so many Patterson fans here.
Many of you saw Daniel's